Now, another example of lefties losing it, a school district, and this is not an isolated case, another school district has eliminated honours classes in the name of racial equity. The Wall Street Journal reports that parents are irate and want the school to reinstate honour classes for English and other subjects because, well, they eliminated them on the grounds that they didn't enrol enough Black and Latino students. Again, so this is in a lot of ways punishing Asian students because we know they are disproportionately impacted when it comes to getting those marks. We've seen them discriminated against getting into some of those Ivy League colleges where they can have amazing scores, they can have all sorts of extracurricular activities, but they're still not admitted because they have racial equity guidelines to meet.
Rita, where does this stop? It's just going through education systems all around the world. Why can't we leave the education systems alone rather than trying to meet these actual measures and split everything up based on race or gender or so forth? This is just another example of that.
And it is so regressive. It's punishing excellence, it's punishing ambition and hard work. And this is what we keep hearing about, equity, equity, equity. And when you hear equity, red flags should be going up everywhere. What we want is equality of opportunity, not equality of outcome, because that's actually not possible unless you enforce it, and that's what we have there. Now, let's have more examples of lefties losing it. I'm not sure how these two vote, but I can take a guess.
Moose is an island boy. Moose is an island boy. Moose is an island boy because he loves his penguin. Moose is his penguin and his penguin is him. His penguin. Pudgy penguins are island boys and Moose penguin. He loves his penguin. Man, he loves it.
You know, give it a chance. If you just keep listening to it, it has a vibe, yes?
No, Rita, no. Where on earth do you find these things?
Oh, that is a good question. Where do I find it indeed? Now, I think you've got some breaking news for us, local breaking news. The seat of Aston, we've got a by-election coming up there sometime after Easter. And the Liberal Party have been very adamant that they must pick a woman. We've had everyone from Peter Dutton down saying it has to be a female candidate. And we had 3, I think, capable women put up their hand. But it seems like the members aren't going to get a vote in this. It's the committees.
Yeah, I just saw on Twitter there was an announcement the admin committee is going to decide. They need to fast track this process because the Labor candidate has been selected and the Liberal Party's well behind, so they need to get going. But Rita, again, why?
I'm sorry, I don't accept that because surely you can fast track the process and still give the membership an opportunity to participate.
Well, you would think that would be the case, but that doesn't appear to be what they're doing.
Doing this in the most extraordinary of circumstances, overruling.
That's right.
I wonder how this is going to be received.
Exactly, Rita. And again, why does the Liberal Party have to push this? We must have a woman. I'm not concerned about the person's genitalia. I'm concerned about their ability and whether they'll be a good representative of that electorate. But again, the Liberal Party is trying to be like Labor and they're trying to say, well, they have been saying we need a woman.
Well, that's exactly right. And I think it really detracts from the achievements of these women, because you do have some very capable candidates. Rashina Campbell, who's a City of Melbourne councillor, she's a barrister. She's selected. It's because she's the best person for the job, not because she's ticking boxes. I think it really is quite insulting to women. You either have a quota system like Labor or you pick the best candidate and you don't dictate these sort of terms. Now, before I let you go, Don Lemon, who's another lefty who regularly loses it, he upset everybody by saying Nikki Haley at 51 was past her prime because apparently women are in their prime in their 20s and 30s.
Lovely.
Possibly 40s, just Google it. But now he's been cut from the Monday breakfast show after this, and there's been some consequences.
Oh, isn't this a scandal, Rita? I mean, seriously, can you get away with saying that, though, that people should be in their prime younger? You know, it's remarkable. But I think...
Well, you can if it's Nikki Haley because she's a Republican woman. So typically all the rules are out. But he was dumb enough to say it in front of his 2 female co-hosts who, again,
Yes.
according to his Google definition, probably aren't in their prime anymore.
No, it wasn't a smart move, but this will have a lot to give, this story for sure.
Sophie Ellsworth, always a pleasure. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you, Rita.